Well, guys, I decided to show you how I was going to fix this. What I've done, I've cut two pieces of plexiglass and I've clamped them together here. And the top piece of plexiglass is the same width as the inside diameter of this inside piece right here. The bottom one is the same size as from the glass to glass, because it's a little bit longer, because you have the width of the plastic difference. So the bottom one is longer than the top one. And I've got this clamped to pull it back together while I clamp this. Now what I'm going to do is take this back out. And then we're going to mark where we're going to be. We don't want to put that in the wrong place. So we're just going to take a piece of tape and we're just going to mark the edge of where that's going to be. And it's a little wider than the original, but that's okay. I'd rather be wider and have a lot of holding than to not be enough. And I'm working with my cell phone, my old cell phone right now, doing video. My GoPro Hero 4 should be here soon. Alright, so now we're going to have to loosen this clamp up. So what I want to do, I want to tape that board so that it'll stay in place. Because we got to take the clamp back off. Alright. You know, when you can't afford to buy the stuff to do this with, you know, they do sell this ring. But I guess they think that aquariums have gotten so cheap that they're just throwaway. Alright, so now we're going to loosen this up, just so we can get that loose. Alright. Now we're going to take this out. And then we're going to put a bead underneath there. And the same thing on this side. And we're just going to the tape, and then we're going to put a bead up here, move that hard stuff out of the way, and then we're going to put a bead right here, alright. Then we're going to take our short one, and since let's clean this off a little bit. Probably should have already had that cleaned off. Make sure you dry it, because silicone don't stick very good to water. Alright, so now This one here will get set into place. And we're not going to squeeze that yet. Alright, then we're going to take, I probably need to move this over a little bit. Then we're going to take and put us a skim all the way around this. Now's when you get messy. So you want the rag right there. So we want to kind of put a smooth coat all the way across this. And remember, you don't want to breathe that stuff in. I just got a breath of it, and that stuff will take your breath away. So I got an old vinegar inhale to it. Alright, then we'll take this, move this out of our way. We're going to come in underneath. Then we're going to line that up. And then we're going to clamp. Alright, so now we've got that clamped. Now remember, this is loose now. So we're going to tighten this up until that doesn't move no more. You see the beads starting to come out? Alright, we don't want to tighten too tight because you don't want to bust your glass. Now we're just going to take this and just skim it. Skim it. Alright, now to smooth that out so that looks a little bit nicer, we're going to take and squeeze that together with two clamps. A little hard to hold. Now you want to back that off a little bit because you don't want that squeeze out to get all over your clamp. Once you get it a little tight, it'll hold itself. Actually didn't want to use that, but oh well. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but we just want this thing to be squeezed together enough to work. Alright, so now what I've done is I've taken the rivet, the pull part out of the rivet. So that's what it used to look like. And I took this out because if you go trying to pull on that, you're going to break that plexiglass. We only need to hold these two together. Once you get the silicone in there and cover this up, you're not going to have no aluminum in your water or near your water. So now we're going to try to make sure we get center here in a good spot, because we don't want to come off of the edge of the plexiglass. Alright, now we're going to put us a little bit of silicone on that. Just a dab. And we're going to push that down in that hole. Alright. And to be honest with you, we should have brought this on up a little closer to that. So let's move this over. Alright. My batteries keep going dead on my drills. I guess they're about time to be replaced. And we'll try not to get too much of that in your silicone. Alright. A little bit more silicone. And drop our rivet in there. Alright. Same thing over here. I think it's best if we have it like that because it's not going to be in the way of the drill. Alright, and then we're going to do it again and hope we got enough drill power. And then we stick our other rivets in it. Did I forget to tell you this is a messy job? Alright, you want to make sure that they're down and flush. Alright, so now let's turn these clamps over, because they're in the way. Alright, now we're going to run a finger across that and make it nice and smooth. And then we're going to put another bead over top of that. And the reason for this bead is so that it covers the head of the aluminum. And we're going to do the same thing on the bottom, which means now we get to move all the stuff. Now we can take this clamp off by now. Alright? Because now it's held in place. Because now we need to get in there. Now it's ideal to wait until after this is dried and you can move all this stuff out of your way, but I kind of want it all to dry at the same time so that I can go ahead and put this in use, because them Dempseys are not very happy, and I'm not very happy seeing them unhappy. So we're going to try to make this as quick as possible. I can just put a little bit on my finger, because it's barely protruding out of the plastic. So we'll just take a little bit and put it on our finger. And we'll cover that up. That way no water gets to the aluminum. Alright, now we are fixed. So now once this dries, it's just as good, if not better, than it was originally. So let's hope that helps you guys out in how to fix a broken tank top. Now we can take all our tape off. Now I'd like to have got that little bit there out of there, but I don't think I can get all that out of there. There's two spots here that really needs to be you're not going to get that out of there. But we want to try to get this tape off now. That way, if there's any on top, we can get that off of there. Alright, this is just as good, if not better, than it was originally. So, now once this is dry, this tank is ready for water. And this will be dry tomorrow evening at about this time, 24 hours. And that's how you fix a broken tank. So you got this little bit right here that didn't get squished, and we're not worried about it. Ideally, I would like to have had it looking like that all the way across, but you know, you don't always get what you want. So I hope that helps you guys, and saves you some money, so that you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money to fix something that's that simple. Just remember that the bottom layer is wider than the top layer. You want the bottom layer to go from glass to glass, and the best fit you can get would be best. Then once you got that one lined up, you clamp it and you make your next piece for the top, and it's going to be a little shorter. So I'm not afraid of this tank no more. Once it's dry, I'm not scared of it no more. So I hope these Dempseys like it as much as I do, because I think it's going to work just fine. And you guys have a good one. Later.